now, our feature presentation.
Hey, hi.
Hey, party people.
Hi.
What's the party?
What's the party?
What's the party?
You can't ask the people what's the party.
All right. So, Tucker,
Tristan.
you're on the call.
That's what they say about me.
Tucker is on the call. What are we doing? Can you explain to the good folks at home what we're doing?
I sure can. Hi, folks at home. You better be at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better fucking be at home.
There's like zombies
we're
outside
cursing.
or something. Oh, yeah. This is not like PG, so if like your kids, don't tell your parents.
Please, shush. Unless you're like one of those really cool kids that like I did, stayed up until 10 p.m.
Wow.
and watched Futurama, even though I was 12. And it said PG-14. I remember sitting. This is not related to the podcast.
This is
at all.
what we're doing. This is
Yeah,
what
this
it's
is
about.
it. Listen, it's a comedy podcast, which means there's no structure.
Wham! Taking down the system. Who are you flipping?
So, me. But I remember turning 14 and then watching Futurama and being like, finally, it's appropriate for me to watch this. And nothing felt different. And that's when I realized that, like, age is meaningless.
That's true. Yeah.
At 14, I realized that.
Yeah.
But anyway, you were explaining the whole premise.
Sure. Hi. This is a comedy podcast. It's called
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That's up to you, basically.
Yeah. Let us know.
Basically, every week, Tristan Jesus Christ Miller will...
Oh, you love it.
I assume that's what the J stands for.
Yeah.
Every week, we get a random prompt, and we each have to come up with an entire movie pitch for it.
Yeah.
And then we will have someone, not sure who, vote and see whose is best. You know, for $1 million. That's the stakes.
That is the stakes. $1 million. Now, we have a couple of people joining us live. Hello, thank you. We will ask you guys who should win.
Oh.
Yeah, so thank you two people, Kevin and Salman. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to hit randomizer on our prompts list here.
Great.
On my home computer.
Yeah.
Do you prefer desktops or laptops, Tucker?
I have not owned a desktop in years. You think I have enough space in New York City to have a desk, let alone a top of a desk? It's all legs and drawers for me.
That's also how I like my women.
I don't even have enough room to do that move I just did in my closet. I bumped my elbow, okay? I mean my professional recording studio.
Yeah. Yeah. As you can see, I must apologize. We're in the middle of a move. That's why there's all the spackle. I fucked up. You should not spackle over thumbtacks. It just makes the wall look like it's way more damaged than it is.
Yeah, no one cares about thumbtacks, dude.
Yeah, I cocked it up, okay?
You gotta paint that now.
No. The building will paint it. Because they have the same shade. That's how our building works, so. So I hit randomizer on the prompt, and so this was, I believe, one you submitted.
Oh, no. Those got weird.
And it is Santa Claus with a question mark.
Oh, how is Santa Claus spelled?
Oh, okay. The regular way.
It is?
The normal horny way.
It's just Santa Claus with a question mark?
Yeah, was
That's
that
something
you or me?
I wrote?
Here, who can say? Santa Claus? Okay. I want to take a moment and acknowledge the genius of the Tim Allen film Santa Claus because of the pun within the title. Very solid. Great. Because it's the Santa
Claus. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that thing that we learn in middle school English class, and then you immediately forget about it.
You learned about Santa in middle school English?
Yes. Okay.
All right, who wants to? Which one of us is going to go first with our pitch? Here?
Oh, you're going first with the pitch because I'm the taco princess, and princess still need to drink her coffee. Okay.
Okay, princess. Feel free to chime in if you have an idea at any point. Okay.
Oh, I'm a ramrod this thing straight through.
Pum pum. So. Okay. So it's Santa Claus. So what do we know about Santa Claus? A lot. Turns out.
A lot. Weird for this day and age, I think. You know.
Yeah, for this in the middle of
breaking into people's homes.
Yeah.
Wildly overweight.
Wildly overweight.
Keeps a bunch of elves as workers year round.
Okay, so this is a Joker-style film with
like
the origin
story?
of Santa Claus. And so we see Kris Kringle. He is out of work. Now here's the meta thing. Santa Claus already exists in this film.
Oh my god.
He works as a Santa, like in a mall.
He's
right?
like a Macy's Santa?
He's a Macy's Santa. And he is like, wears a bodysuit because he's too thin.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's too thin. He's not looking good. He's like barely making ends meet. He goes to like Under Eaters Anonymous at one point.
Sure, you have to question the validity of this mall and its Santa casting process.
Here's the thing, though. Number one, the mall is desperate. They've gone through 5 Santas this year. Yeah.
Tough times.
And that's all in the intros. Like, they've gone through 5. You see a montage of, like, the reason that the 5 Santas are gone.
Yeah.
Like,
too much beard
one
lice.
stabbed another Santa.
Oh
There was gang violence, Santa on Santa crime.
God.
So that's 2 of them gone. And then the other one, because you do Santas in shifts. I don't know if people know that. It's not one guy, it's several guys. You come in and work on Monday, blah, blah, blah.
It's
blah.
several Santas, kids. Santa clones himself. Santa is...
Genetically, they're all the same.
Yeah.
Which leads into my story.
So, be nice to your parents.
Yeah. The third Santa just fell asleep on the job, so he got fired.
Sure, yeah.
The third one was so old that he did pass away.
He said 3 twice, but we're going to let that go. He passed away while someone was on his lap?
You know it.
Is this a year-round Santa gig? Or is it just the Christmas season?
It's just the Christmas season, and it's been a wild Christmas season in Cincinnati, Ohio.
It's been a crazy 8 days.
8 crazy days starring Adam Sandler. No. Yeah, and the 5th one is Adam Sandler playing a prank. And he's just like, I'm Jewish, and then he leaves. And so Kris Kringle shows up, and he is the only one who is able to successfully navigate this insanity of the Santa.
He knows the ins and outs.
He knows the ins and outs of the Santa organization is what I was going to say. But
yeah,
as we go along, he's got a really tough life, and he doesn't understand why he doesn't fit in, and he's like really bummed about it. He's a mopey Santa Claus.
Sure. On the job or off the job?
No, he's great on the job.
Okay.
He is like Patch Adams level of joy to children,
Got it.
On the job. And then, so what happens? There has to be a plot. That's all the first act.
That's act 1, baby. Here we go.
Yeah, act 2 is you gotta have some sort of rise in action. So,
that is how action works.
That is how story works.
That's how story works. Welcome to our TED Talk.
No, 101, our filmmaking 101 course. And it goes through, and he finds out, much to what you said, that he is secretly a clone.
Oh,
because he's a rogue clone that the government has been trying to hunt down. So these people keep, trying to arrest him. Like, he goes to his job, and there's a bunch of people, like, from the CIA or whatever.
Are they, like, dressed as children, and, like, one of them sits on his lap, and then puts their hand to the ear and is like, go, strike, go.
Yes, these grown men come up to another grown man, sit on it in their lap and go, okay, it's time, go. Operation Kringle is a go. Did you say crinkle? No, Kringle. Now I want to...
Operation Pringles Camp.
Yep. Snake in a can? He runs out of this mall. He's a fugitive of the law, and he goes to, like, a hotel, and he's just, like, bipping around. He's bipping around all over the world. Yeah, he bips around all over. So he goes, okay. I need to figure out who I am. And...
The journey of the self.
Yeah, the journey of the self. Because he's like, okay, well, if I'm actually a clone, because he denies it when he first hears it, like, because that's insane.
Right.
And he's like, well, if this is true, I have to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
So he allows himself to get taken into custody, and he gets taken to the North Pole.
Obviously.
And he hears a voice, because throughout this entire thing, he's like heard voices in his head, and he's like, oh God, like, because he's like not well, this man.
No, we have established
he's
quite thin.
He's quite thin, and he's mentally ill, and I relate to him. And he goes to the North Pole, and he just hears as he goes in, he's like, my boy, welcome home. And he's like, oh no.
Is Bane his father?
Not quite. I did my impression bad. Let me try again. It's like, my boy, welcome home. And he's like, oh no. And he walks past up tanks of a bunch of Santa. And he's like, well, I am Santa. And this guy goes, I created Santa. And it's Ian McDiarmid as old Santa Claus hooked up. Yeah, Santa Teen. As hooked up to this old machine. And he's like, I can offer you anything you want. I'm fucking magic, bro. And
wait, is he's still in custody? Like he's Santa Teen is the head of the organization?
Yeah, Santa Teen is the head of the CIA. So my aunt's watching now. Do you know that I'm gonna swear, Aunt Leanne? Just giving you a heads up.
I'm so sorry, Leanne. You sound very wonderful.
Yeah, she's a teacher who got a great family.
Hey, that's
Thank you for watching.
You. Thanks. Sorry about what's going to happen next.
So I regret saying he's the head of the CIA.
Okay.
Because he is.
It's a pitch.
He's not the head of the CIA, but he's a member, and he wants to stage a coup. He wants to take over the U.S. government. And so now Kris Kringle is like, do I do it or not? Mm-hmm. And what would the benefit of it be? And of course, he does it, but he does it for himself. He kills Santa Teen.
Right.
Just absolutely pulls a Glock out.
Where did he get a Glock? How did he get it through that tight North Pole security?
In his tight body, Tucker.
Okay.
Who cares? He's got a Glock, man.
People care about the details,
Okay, so what would a better way than a Glock be to kill Santa Teen, Tucker?
No, a Glock is fine. I just want to know how he got the Glock,
How he got the Glock. Okay, so, of course Santa Teen does the thing where he's like, kill me and replace me.
Sure, yeah.
And then the ritual will be complete. Use the Glock over there in the glove compartment of the old wrecked car that is my sleigh. And he does. He pulls the Glock out of the car, and he just succumbs to the dark side. Right. And then he becomes the true Santa. Yeah. And then the sequel would be about the elves rising up against him. So that's my movie. To recap.
Yes. Give me a recap.
Mentally ill loner works as a mall Santa.
Sure.
Finds out that he's a clone of Santa, and goes and confronts the clone Santa to surpass him, to usurp him.
Right, the clone Santa who is one of the higher-ups at the CIA at the North Pole.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're world
That's
building.
Normal
Let's
and
not
good.
forget about the... this is going to be a whole cinematic universe.
Number one, it is. Number two, it's about social commentary.
Yes, that's what's really important.
It's about states' rights, Tucker. Because Joker's clearly a libertarian.
Oh, God.
That's not true. Arthur Fleck would have voted for Bernie.
This is weird. Give me.
Yeah, it got weird.
Give me a tag for the movie. The trailer has just shown. Give me the end tag.
Unhappy holiday.
Yes.
Done.
Boom! I'm paying $19 to go see that movie.
For on VOD because theaters are closed. All right. That's my pitch.
All right. Okay. Here's my pitch.
So, I do want to make a note about this game.
Yes.
This show. It is cooperative competitive. As you noticed, Tucker was building up my movie. I will be doing the same. We want the best movie possible to win, whether or not it's me or him.
Doesn't matter if it's mine or Bumpo's over here, you know?
Bumpo?
Bumpo? It's too funny. You gotta steal jokes from the early 2000s that most people won't recognize. Anyway,
Well, that's a good thing about stealing, Tucker, is if no one recognizes it.
That's how I made all my money in art forgery. These millennials don't know what a Rembrandt is. Idiot.
Good stalling.
I'm great at stalling. Here's what we do. We open wide shot helicopter, I don't know, movie shots on a desert.
Okay, it's ultra wide drone shot on a desert.
Fly over a desert. And there's a just mass amounts of desert, and then there's like a tent in the middle of the desert. And there's a meeting going on.
How many people?
3.
Damn.
5. Each one needs a pilot.
This is about the reindeer?
No.
Okay.
Well, the pilot's name is Rudolph, if that helps.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Santa Claus, as we know him, fat, jolly, red, but like sleeker, you know, just like a sexier, updated, like the James Bond of Santa Clauses, but still fat and old and white with a big white beard.
Who would play him?
James Gandolfini.
Rest in peace.
Well, it's made up.
Okay, how about Vincent D'Onofrio?
Vincent D'Onofrio. Oh. Cookies. More.
So wait.
I'm sorry.
Not Vincent D'Onofrio, the actor. Vincent D'Onofrio, the character from Men in Black.
The character from Men in Black.
Specifically.
Yeah, he's a cockroach
Edgar.
in a Santa Claus.
He's a cockroach in a Santa Claus costume.
No, that's not what's happening.
Hey.
Is that what's
yes,
happening?
and
It's we're saying it's canon? Fine.
No, you don't have to do it.
I just like doing the bit. It's a good bit. So, Santa Claus,
Milk and cookies.
with his pilot / bodyguard, Rudolph,
Played by.
See, I didn't do any of this played by for you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Just
that's
dropping
fine.
the ball. Played by Vin Diesel. Yeah. Yes. He is meeting with like a Saudi prince, and they're negotiating drilling for oil in the North
rights.
Pole.
In the North Pole.
Mm-hmm.
Is Palin there too?
Yeah, she can
Is
see
Tina-
it from her house.
Yeah. Tina Fey's Palin is there. Just the character from SNL is just there.
Yep.
In the universe, is it Tina Fey pretending to be Sarah Palin?
Yeah, it's so meta.
And she's like, and she's trying to, like, subvert something. She's on some sort of, like, mission from the CIA. I don't know why I'm fixated on that.
I don't know why either.
Anyway.
Negotiations start to go sideways because
I love that movie.
Negotiations.
I'll let you talk in a minute.
Things start to get weird when Paul Giamatti clearly has an alcohol problem. Yeah, I've seen a movie.
You know what's whack? I haven't seen that movie.
Paul Giamatti has a serious problem. Actually, I think everyone in that movie does. Also, I saw that movie when I was way too young to see that movie.
Much like me with Futurama.
Yes. So
negotiations
are not going well, and Santa ends up killing the Saudi prince.
That's no good.
No, it's not. So Vin Diesel has to get him the hell out of there. Rudolph. Vin Diesel.
I'm sorry.
Is that Vin Diesel?
It's down to like sliced alone. I'm sorry. Let me just. Is that better?
Yes. Yeah. That was a much clearer distinction, right? So
Thank you.
They get out of there and they head back to the North Pole. But now, a bunch of people are mad at Santa, and he's got to fortify, right?
Yeah, he's got to fortify.
He's got to fortify. People are coming. So they want the oil in the North Pole. Yeah. Yeah.
And people are originally, when they show up, they're like, it's just a snow fort.
It's just
we
snow
can
fort.
melt it.
What happens?
And then there's titanium behind it.
Boom. Polar bears on mounted, like, machine guns on the wall.
And the bears are on fire.
This ain't your grandma's Santa Claus.
Are they like, do they have a trebuchet that are like throwing?
Oh, yeah. Kamikaze elves.
Okay.
Set with burning pitch.
This is pretty dark, man.
Yeah, it is.
War is hell.
War is hell. But here's the thing. This movie is basically a 3-hour-long fight sequence.
So Peter Jackson's directing?
Yes. Yeah. And Michael Bay's around.
He's the EP?
Yeah.
He's the executive producer.
Right. But wait, so he finally wins. He defeats everyone. Santa defeats everyone. He retains the oil rights to the North Pole. But
thank God.
Because of how long the battle took, he missed Christmas.
Oh no. What's he gonna do? Or is that the end of the movie?
So the movie ends. Someone's just Vin Diesel, covered in blood, comes up to him and tells him, fine, he's covered in glitter. He comes up to him and he tells him,
even more disgusting.
Blood and glitter, what do you want from me?
Sexy.
There you go. And he tells him, Zern, we miss Christmas. I am Groot. And he thanks him. He closes the door to his office. He grabs the Glock.
From the glove compartment?
From the glove compartment. And he puts it up to his head. And we black out. Cut to black.
Okay.
Executive producer Dick Wolf.
So, I'm glad we both didn't go with children's films. Very, very brave of us.
It's called Santa Claus with a question mark. How can that ever be happy?
What is your movie called, though?
My movie is called...
To All a Good Knife?
I do like To All a Good Knife.
So Santa has to kill him with a knife.
Yeah. 'Twas the night before murder.
'Twas the knife?
'Twas the knife before murder.
Okay, I'm gonna say who won into the chat. If anyone's there.
If anyone's left.
I mean, it says one person is watching, and I'm watching on my phone, so I get the feeling
that you're the only person watching?
That I'm the only person.
You know, these movies are not for everyone, okay? We know.
Yeah, I mean, we're true auteurs here.
Yes.
No one is in the chat, so,
Did anyone leave any comments?
No.
Cool.
It's fine. We're testing this out.
That's true.
Testing it out.
Focus testing it out. Damn it.
So what I think we should do.
Yes.
In light of, like, declaring a winner.
Yeah.
Is what I think we should do is try and combine our movies.
Yes,
together.
That's the only way.
Yeah, that is the only way. So, how the hell will we do that?
Sure. So, Santa Claus, the big sleek fat guy who had to kill the Saudi prince, ends up...
He just had to.
He just had to. He gets out of there, but he has to go into hiding. Right, Kris Kringle? Things aren't going good for him in hiding, right? He's losing weight. He's traumatized by what he had to do in that desert.
And he forgets. And he forgets what he did. And in the meantime, he's been cloned by the elves who are like, we gotta still do Christmas.
He's the first one. Yeah.
He's the first one. And then eventually, the Saudi prince's people catch up with him, chase him. And they're like, you're Santa Claus. And he's like, what is wrong with you? And then he somehow escapes and he goes to the North Pole. The battle still happens. But throughout this whole thing, he's like, something's nagging at me.
Something in the back of his mind.
It's like, it's not.
Some little pout.
He's like, it's so weird. I can't, like, shake this feeling after the whole battle happens. And the battle's only like 20 minutes. It's not the whole movie this time.
Okay.
He goes down to the basement. You know the basement of the North Pole?
Yeah, everyone knows the basement of the North Pole.
Yeah.
You know.
AKA Alaska. Goes down to Alaska.
It's nothing higher than Alaska.
He goes to Alaska.
Sure.
And he goes to the basement of the North Pole. And then he discovers Santa Teen.
Yes.
And it's like, this has been a ploy the whole time. Because Santa Teen is racist. And he's like, you had to destroy Saudi Arabia? And I think you should just discover Santa Teen like the end of Force Awakens, and then like it cuts to black.
Oh sure, yeah, that's the big setup for the sequel.
The sequel,
yeah.
The sequel will entirely
you always gotta set up
change.
for a sequel. You actually have to set up for 8 sequels because everything's about cinematic universes these days.
Okay. Right. The Santa Cinematic Universe. Okay, well, I think that's successful. Do you want to do, like, a lightning round, too?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so lightning round is we both just think of things real quick. Just like a random word, and then we'll pitch it back and forth. So let's go with bananas. What's a movie about a banana, Tucker?
Movie about bananas? Okay, so there's this guy. He's so hot. He's the coolest guy around. And he is the first person to ever slip on a banana peel.
Oh, man.
And he invents clown and mime through a journey of self-discovery. Yeah, he was the coolest guy. He slips on a banana. Everyone makes fun of him.
Oh, I see. And that man's name was Marcel.
So cool. So jack. And Marcel catch this touchdown. That's what sports people say, right?
Mine is the first guy to discover that a banana looks like a gun, and there's a Waco situation, but with a banana.
But do the cops? Is he Waco or is he the cops?
No, he's Waco.
He's Waco?
He's all over. Yeah, he's a terrorist.
Do the cops have real guns, or do they also have
They
bananas?
have real guns.
It doesn't last very long, does it?
No, it does. It's surprisingly, they're confused by it. They're very confused by it. And they think, because I don't know if you know this, Tucker, a banana looks like a gun, so they all think he has a real gun.
What? Oh
Yeah,
God.
it's crazy. And then the way it ends is like somehow a chimp gets loose and eats the banana, and he's like, oh, fuck.
Boom.
Okay, you pick a word now.
Sure. Slate Gray.
Slate Gray?
Yeah.
Slate Gray is a sequel to Dorian Gray, where it's about the man who painted the painting, because it's the slate, it's empty, and he paints the painting of Dorian Gray. So it's a prequel.
Got it.
And it's about that man who can cast magic to make you look young forever. And the way he does that is that he hates God,
Yeah.
and he
Sure, we can all
worships
relate.
Satan, and it's evil magic. What's yours?
Slate Gray. It's a documentary from the point of one bare patch of sidewalk in California, and about all of the feet that it sees throughout its life.
Produced by Quentin Tarantino.
So much blood in this documentary.
Oh, I was thinking the foot thing, but yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah. He does have a foot thing. Yeah, he's a weird guy.
a foot thing.
Yeah.
He's a
Despite
weird
all the things
motherfucker.
he has, we should talk about his foot thing.
That is truly the strangest thing about Quentin Tarantino. What about Hardware Store?
I'm sorry, what about what?
Hardware Store.
Hardware
What's a movie?
store.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. So it's a kung fu movie,
Dope.
right? That takes place inside of a hardware store, and a la Jackie Chan, basically, all the fights happen with random appliances and such throughout. And in the end, the real hero is local business.
Okay.
do you get?
Mine is it's a drama about an autistic man who owns a hardware store and the struggles he faces. But the hardware store, immaculately organized.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. You can find everything. He doesn't ask if anyone needs any assistance, because they never do. But also, he might be a little afraid of talking to people.
Yeah, which is okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy with the situation, but sometimes, like, maybe the conflict would be someone doesn't like him, and then he has to deal with that.
Yeah, it's rough.
Or he has to hire a new employee, and he has to deal with that.
Terrible.
Can kind of go any place.
Yeah,
Your turn.
You can make it into an
Yeah,
episode.
one
One
more.
more? The word of the day is Snasquatch.
Snasquatch is a pornography film. Snatchquatch, I assume, is what you meant to say.
Sure,
it's
you
a
could do
documentary about.
It's a porno documentary.
No, it's a documentary about. Okay, so it's produced by Werner Herzog, and it's about furries, and that's the documentary. And we follow this main guy who has Beef Squatch from the Slim Jim commercials. That's the
Sure, we all remember Beef Squatch.
Anyway,
Boom, dig.
so that's the one. It's a pornography documentary about furries, directed by Werner Herzog. And he's like, I can't believe how strange this Snatchquatch is. I must look underneath the head, and you never see the person's face.
The mystery. It's like cereal. We'll never know.
Sure, I am one of the 5 people on the planet that has not heard that podcast.
Good for you, man. Stick to the
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? What's your...
Snasquatch, as I actually said, and meant to say, you monster, is about Sasquatch's younger brother, who just always wanted to be in the spotlight because he's... Yeah, go on.
Point of order. Sasquatch is the species. Bigfoot is the man.
Sasquatch is who I want him to be. Okay? If there's only one Bigfoot, then maybe there's only one Sasquatch.
There's not.
God.
Is the thing.
Well, no, there's two. There's Sasquatch and Snasquatch. Moving on. People keep having sightings of Sasquatch. But Snasquatch really wants to have sightings. But no one cares. No one's taken any pictures of him. And he's just trying...
Played by Danny DeVito.
He's just trying to be... He just really wants to sing and to be noticed by the public. But he can't until he gets out of Sasquatch's shadow and into the limelight.
Amazing. Well, do you have anything to say to the people before we wrap up?
Stay in school at home.
Yeah, be homeschooled.
Be homeschooled.
Be homeschooled, like I was. All right. Good night, everybody.